I recently listened to a preacher who shared profound insights across various platforms. He pointed out that the strategy of trusting no one eventually becomes more of a problem than a solution. While this holds true in many situations, we must also acknowledge the reality of the times we live in. The enemy has employed spiritual techniques that are beyond our comprehension. I am not convinced that we have the liberty of allowing people to have trust until they prove us wrong anymore. It would seem that we should guard our heart until someone proves that they can be trusted, and even then seek God first. Sleeper cells, traditionally defined as secret groups of spies or terrorists who remain inactive until ordered to act, are not just fictional or political constructs. Spiritually, these sleeper cells can manifest in our lives as husbands, wives, friends, coworkers, ministry partners, and even community members. Tragically, they can sometimes be children. If you're chosen or have faced psychopathic abuse, mastering the tactic of selectively releasing information is crucial. This is not just a skill, but a survival mechanism in a world where darkness and evil are increasingly prevalent. The rise in active psychopaths, individuals involved in dark arts, and the activation of sleeper cells has made this even more critical. Let me share a hypothetical example to illustrate this. Ben and Lisa Lovehart lived in a small town. Lisa shared with her friend Lila, who was secretly involved in dark arts, details about Ben's promotion, her new job, and their plans to move. After relocating, the Loveheart's daughter Lucy encounters Katie, a teenager possessed by a Jezebel spirit and a dormant witchcraft sleeper cell. Lucy's presence activates Katie, leading her to bully and torment Lucy relentlessly. This behavior escalates as others, trained to follow Katie's lead, join in the harassment, even outside school grounds. Despite parental interventions, nothing stops Katie, who continues to terrorize Lucy until the Lovehearts are forced to move again. Katie and her followers celebrate this as a victory. While this story seems extreme, it reflects the harsh realities many face today. Sleeper cells, fueled by social media and other tools, thrive in organizing attacks, spreading harm, and stalking their targets. Not all sleeper cells activate immediately. Some may remain close for years, like Judas, waiting for the opportune moment to betray. They can gain trust to such a degree that their betrayal feels unimaginable. This is why, especially in these times, single men and women must confront the challenge of demonic loneliness. The enemy sends agents disguised as potential partners to destroy lives and spiritual paths. Sleeper cells may even infiltrate families, operating covertly to fulfill their dark objectives. So how can you recognize them? The truth is, you may not know until they act. This underscores the importance of being careful about who you trust. Instead, trust God. Trusting God often leads to a quieter, smaller circle and requires discipline. Scripture provides wisdom on this. Be careful who you trust. Jeremiah 9:4-9 warns of deceit among friends and family. Micah 7:5-10 tells us not to trust even our closest companions. Proverbs 25:19 compares relying on unreliable people to using a broken tooth or lame foot. Other passages like Matthew 10:21, Luke 12:53, and Psalm 55:12-14 emphasize the betrayal that can come from those closest to us. Watch your words, Proverbs 12:13-14, and Proverbs 18:4-8 highlight the power and potential harm of careless speech. James 1:19 urges us to be slow to speak and quick to listen. Ephesians 4:29 encourages us to speak words that build others up. Trust God. Proverbs 3:5 reminds us to trust God fully, not relying on our own understanding. Psalm 56:3-4 and Hebrews 13:6 assure us that God is our protector. Jeremiah 17:7-8 compares those who trust God to flourishing trees, even in tough times. In these end times, the battle isn't just physical or emotional, it's deeply spiritual. Trust God, remain vigilant, and walk in His wisdom to navigate these challenges.